didn't want to work this morning. I had to turn it off and turn it back on again. You know, sometimes we have those days, don't we? Yeah, my laptop's playing up too. I think it's just Tuesdays, you know. I think every Tuesday, technology in this house decides to go. Yeah, you know. Anyway. All right, so how are you all? Anyway, today we're going to make some little note cards in a box. I've got the daisy punch. See if you can guess what we're going to make. Classic label punch. Tailored tag topper punch. Pretty label punch and the everyday label punch. Do you think that's enough punches? I've had a few issues with a couple of fingers in my left hand, so I'm still having issues with those. All right, so I'm going to flip you around and we'll get started. Don't forget, celebration's still on and there are new offerings, which I don't actually have here at the moment, but I will have one of them next week and we might do a bit of playing with that. But there's a bundle, if you spend $180, there's a bundle of the basket weave dynamic textured impressions embossing folder and a beautiful floral basket with some sentiments that you can bundle together. So you get both of those in a celebration bundle when you spend $180 or more. And there's a couple of stamp sets, a couple of new stamp sets and some beautiful silver foil specialty DSP, which is more card weight than paperweight, and that's what we'll play with next week and do a couple of different techniques. So don't forget that's still on. If you're able to shop with me in Australia, go to libbystamps.com, click on the shop button and I will send you, apart from what you get for celebration, which is a $90 or more order, I will send you anyway. If you order anything from me, I will send you a thank you card and a thank you gift. So I'm just going to bring you in and flip you around and we're just going to go with the flow today. Remember these little mini pizza boxes? So they're great for all sorts of things, not just treats. They're great for putting little note cards in and making gifts to give to friends. Now, I'll show you in a minute how I cut up my card so that you get the most out of your card. And I'm just folding on all these lines. I think I've got them all done now. All right, so remember we do the bottom first and we bring these two in and then this one comes up and over the top and you press it so that they're going through these two little lugs here, and then these bits come in, these bits come over the top, so stretch it up, go over the top, and there we've got our little mini pizza box. Now this measures just over I think it's about 3.5 inches. So that's 3.5 inches and it's square, so, or 8.6, 8.7, so it's square. All right, so when I cut my card, the best way to cut your card, because if you cut it one way you only get 2 out of it, if you cut it the other way you get 3. And don't throw the scraps out because you can use those for your tags and things like that. All right, so I'm going to bring in my trimmer. All right, now to make 3 by 3 inch cards, it needs to be 6 inches that way so that when you fold it in half, it's going to be 3 inches. So put your paper in your trimmer like this and butt it up to 6 inches or 15.2 centimetres if you're doing metric and cut. Then you're left with this lovely long bit, keep it because you can use that for tags and what have you, sentiments. And then you're just going to line it up 3 inches and cut, 3 inches and cut, 3 inches and cut, and then you've got a little bit left over, which is about 2.5 inches, all right, but keep that for tags. Now, if you cut it the other way, so I'm not going to cut this one, but I'll just show you with this bit of card. If I can grab it. All right, if you cut this way, say 3 inches, right, and then you move it along again and cut 3 inches down, you're only going to get, when you cut them, you're only going to get 2 lots of 6 inches out of it. So that's why I say start that way, butt it up to the 6 inches or 15.2 centimetres, trim down, and then go across at 3 inches and 3 inches and 3 inches, and you'll get 3 out of them. All right, so that's how I made my cards. Stampin' Up are now selling these lovely little envelopes that are 3 inches by 3 inches. So you've got those that will fit in the box. They just fit in the box nicely. All right, so you can make cards and envelopes. The envelopes you don't have to make because you can order those through Stampin' Up. All right, now I thought we'd put a piece on the top of our box, so I'm going to cut a piece that's 3 1/4, hopefully. Yep, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and I'm using Delightful Daisy because I've sort of got scraps left of it and I wanted to use them up. So I'm going to cut that. So that's for the top of our box. Now our cards are 3 by 3, so I'm going to want scraps that are 2 3/4 square. So this is a great project for using up scraps. All right, you don't have to use, you don't need full sheets of DSP. I mean, you can if you want to use full sheets, but the aim of today is to use up some of my scraps. So some of them are better than others. So that one's a good one. They're all my scraps I can use up, and some of them are going to be too small, but some will be about the right size. So this is a pretty one, so I'll cut some 2 3/4. Actually, I'm going to make them 2 7/8. So 2 7/8. There's one. And these are to go with the envelopes that I put somewhere safe. And I think that'll be a bit small, yes. So that can be used for another project. Here's another piece. 2 7/8. 2 7/8. So I just wanted to show you how quick and easy this could be, and what a great project it is to use up scraps of your pattern paper, of your designer series paper, and doesn't take up much of your time either. So you could sit down and cut a whole lot of these while you're watching TV if you wanted to, and then, you know, another time cut your bits of card out and just sort of, yeah, go from there. Right, how about we cut some of this? All right, let's see if I've got some of this daisy one that's about the right size. So 2 7/8. And I'm not throwing those bits out. I'll use them for something else another time. So I went up to South Lakes Community Centre yesterday, which is based at Morisset, and because I want to volunteer up there, and you have to go up for an interview first. So I had my interview yesterday, and lovely, lovely people. And they do great services with disability services. They also do before and after school care. They have seniors groups. So lots of outreach programs. And it's community-based and funded through Department of Family and Community Services and the NDIS, the Disability Services, and various other, resources they can grab their hands on. But yeah, they've got a craft group that I'm hoping to get to, maybe not tomorrow, but next week. So all run by volunteers. So they've got like a paid staff that do all their, bits and pieces for them. But yeah, wonderful service. So if you sort of, got some time on your hands, have a look at your local community services and see if you can volunteer. You do need a working with children check, and you do need a police check because you are working with young people and vulnerable people. So that takes a little while, but it's quite easy. You can apply online for all of that. And then when all the paperwork's done, you can go. All right, so I've got 3 folded there, and I've got a few more bits here. 4. So how about we try 6? I'll just show you how easy this is. 5. And I can make some more later. Now, if you participate today while I'm live, you might be able to receive these that I make today in the mail. All right, let's see what we've got. So 1, 2, 3, 2 of those, a few of those. So all you do is add some glue, and you just need a fine line around that. You don't need a lot of Tombow. I like Tombow, as I've said before, because it sort of gives you a bit of wriggle room. And we're just going to stick that on the front, even that up a bit. There's one done. This will make a great gift. And you can buy all the supplies for this in my online store. So, Delightful Daisy. And it comes with a stamp set and a punch as a bundle. So, it's a lovely bundle. And the punch, we'll use that in a minute. Now, these mightn't look much at the moment, but you know how people often just need a little gift tag to put with something small? Well, this would be great. Give them a little box of gift tags, and if you don't put anything on the inside, then they can sort of make up their mind what they want to write. All right, so Delightful Daisy DSP goes with Old Olive, Daffodil Delight, Night of Navy, Tranquil Tide, Calypso Coral, and Whisper White. I think that's everything. What did I leave out? Pool Party. What's on the back of that? All right, so that's the front virtually of our 6 cards done. Oh, I just did that wrong, didn't I? Never mind, we're getting 2 of those. Not wasting it. All right, so that's those, and I can make those up another time. With the Delightful Daisy, you can get this punch and this stamp set as a bundle. It's just lovely. This can be a 2-step stamp set if you want to do it. I've used this here because they're photopolymer. I've used this one as a border around a scrapbook page. So, it's quite versatile. All right, now I'm just going to do the top of our box. So remember, I cut a 3 1/4 inch by 3 1/4 inch piece for the top of our box. and I'll just glue that on the top. There we go. Alright, now we had all those bits left over. So there's our box, and I had scraps left over. Got this scrap from somewhere. Grab a block, and with our daisy, I'm just going to, it'll fit on that block, so turn it over, push down. Alright, that's better. I'll bring in my mat. Alright, now I'm just using the mat because with your photopolymer you don't actually have a cushion of underneath the impression. So if you use your Stampin' Pierce mat, and I leave the plastic on mine so that if I get ink on it, I can just wipe it off with a wet wipe. There we go. Alright, now while I've got, no, I'm going to just punch that out. So just line up my punch, and we'll punch the other one out as well. Hope I do a better job of this one. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in the middle of that one, just a tiny bit, and I'm going to stick the other one to it. Then I'm going to bring in some faceted gems. Did you see my toolboxes? I've got them for sale. Here's a $65 one and a $90 one. And yeah, have a look on my blog and you'll be able to see them. So that's a gold faceted gem I've used. And before I finish with that, I'm just going to use my bone folder and carefully sort of fluff up these petals a bit. Alright, that'll do. Move that out of the way. Get a dimensional, which I had some of somewhere. No, I'm not. I'm going to use a glue dot because I don't want it to stick up too much. Glue dot on the back of that. A stray glue dot, don't you hate that? Your fingers get stuck to them. Alright, so, and we're just going to put that on our box. And I'm just going to put that in one corner. What else are we going to do? We might just do a thank you. Well, I'm going to use the thank you from Petal Palette. It's not a photopolymer stamp, but that's alright because we don't need it to be. Alright, so what I usually tell people to do is line up. There's usually a straight line on every stamp. So line that up on your grid paper. What, you haven't got your grid paper? You need to get grid paper. Seriously, you need to get grid paper. Alright, I'm just going to ink that up in Night of Navy. Damp down. Beautiful. And find a punch. Pretty label punch, I think, because it's a bit big for the classic label punch. So we'll just go in, centre that up, and I'm just going to pop that on there. I'm going to stick it under the daisy and pop it under there. I might ink around that later. Alright, so there's our box. Now for our cards, we've got, might just do some thank yous and some best wishes and leave it at that, eh? So we've got sentiments here. Your thoughtfulness brightened my day, for your kindness. So you could put thank you for your kindness, but I'm not going to use those. I'm just going to use these ones from Petal Palette, and I've already got the thank you out. So I'll just grab the best wishes and put it up on a block. So same as before. There we go. And then we just need some of those scraps of Whisper White. Now I'm going to use some Tranquil Tide, 2 of them. So this one, best wishes, out there, clear it off. Alright, so that one's in Tranquil Tide to go with that. And I'll bring a punch in. I might just continue to use the Pretty Label punch, I think. and punch that out. So these are just the scraps that I cut off when I made my 3x3-inch cards. So that one can go for there. And then if I do a thank you, so that's those two done. Oh, I didn't get any clips of coral out, never mind. Alright, a thank you in Night of Navy. And I'm going to change and use the tailored tag punch out of the Occasions catalogue. And if you haven't worked it out yet, I love punches. You can use them for so many different things. Alright, that's that one done. And then we need two more. So I've got two thank yous and one best wishes. So I'll do a best wishes in Night of Navy. Again, using up some of those scraps from before. Punch that out again with the tailored tag punch. I've got to remember to call it by the right thing. And then one more best wishes and one more thank you. So we'll use some pool party. Thank you down there. And do a best wishes as well. Alright, so that's all our stamping done. So I can put the ink away. Now, I'll finish these off before I send them out. I'll probably ink around the sentiments, but I just wanted to show you that you could do it fairly quickly today. So we've used Delightful Daisy and the Daisy Delight and Daisy Punch, which are a bundle, and we've used the Petal Palette Sentiments, which is available in the Current Occasions catalogue. We've used the Pretty Label Punch, and we've used the Tailored Tag Punch. Oh, my hands weren't working properly. There we go. And we might just use the Everyday Label Punch, which was from the holiday catalogue but carried over. Punch that up there. Our best wishes on there. And alright, now obviously I'm going to go ahead now and put some bows or what have you on them. And you'll be able to see all the finished ones on my blog. But with the box, I've got some Night of Navy gingham ribbon, and I was just going to tie that around the box. So we can put, we'll do this bit first. We can put all these in. So we've got 6 cards with their little tags and the blank insides, and then we've got their envelopes to go with them, to go in the box as well. Just fits nicely. And we'll close up the box. Right, so you've got 6 envelopes, 6 cards, the box, and to finish off the box I'm just going to put some ribbon. Now remember, I didn't stick that on because I want to ink around it. I don't want to do that right now and take up more of your time. So I can just tie that to one side, and I'll neaten this bow up later too. Alright, so if you tie it close to the daisy and sort of wriggle it up a bit, there we go. And you can put a little thank you. You could use best wishes, you could use happy birthday, whatever you want, on top of your box. And there's a lovely gift. Alright, so that's it from me today. So thanks so much for stopping by. Shop with me at any time actually, and I will send you a thank you card and a little gift as well in the mail. And if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You can email me, Libby@libbystamps.com. Go to my blog, libbystamps.com. There's a shop button on there. There's all sorts of other buttons. So, yeah. All right, I think that's it for this week. Thanks so much for your time today. I really appreciate you stopping by. Bye for now.
Try to draw outside the line. Let us see inside.